Are you looking for even more ways to perform better within your clinical experiences? Well, let's talk about 5 more simple ways to upgrade yourself from a student physical therapist to a seasoned one. Now, I already know I gave you guys 5 simple things that you could implement into your clinical experiences right off the bat, which if you haven't checked out that video, make sure to look at that one right after you finish this one. But I wanted to give you 5 more because I really want you all to succeed in your clinical experiences coming up. So let's get into them with number 1. If you ask your clinical instructor a question and they themselves are unsure of the answer, you should try to come back the next day having done some quick research to try and find an answer to your question. First of all, this shows initiative and shows that you are willing to go out and pursue knowledge that you didn't previously have. That also shows that you are taking ownership of your own learning and are really trying to push the boundaries of your own knowledge. And lastly, it really helps the clinical instructor as well because they get to learn that new knowledge that neither of you knew before and helps you both become better clinicians as a whole. Number 2. If possible, reserve private treatment rooms or special spaces at the beginning of the day or before treatment begins before being asked by your clinical instructor to do so. For one, this ensures that you have the appropriate space and equipment for the patients that you're going to see, and it shows that initiative that you did look at the schedule ahead of time for the day and helped plan for that, even if you yourself weren't going to see that patient. Also, this helps, as I mentioned in my Clinical Survival Guides outpatient video, that it can help with the patients who you need to limit distractions, or you need a quiet space in order to talk, or even just to ensure that you have the appropriate amount of privacy to do what you need to do during your session. Number 3, when you prepare exercises for your patient, have in mind at least 1 regression and 1 progression for each exercise to be ready to adapt as necessary. Unsurprisingly, this demonstrates adaptability and shows that you are able to think on your feet and be prepared for whatever the patient says to you. Also, this helps you become more creative and can allow your clinical instructor to hop in and be like, I like how you did that, but maybe you could also try this way for an exercise, which helps push your clinical instructor to show you new techniques as well as helps you to expand your toolbox as a whole. Number 4, when you aren't treating a patient, ask your clinical instructor if you can write the note for the patient that they are working with. For one, this shows initiative just like everything else that we've been talking about in this video so far that you really want to hop in and learn. Also, this helps with time management as a whole because it helps reduce the burden of them having to do the note themselves and really gets you on their good side and building that rapport between you and your clinical instructor. Also, this provides another opportunity for you to practice your skills of documentation and helps you stay engaged with the patient encounter when you aren't the one actually running it. And finally, number 5. Speak with and ask to shadow other physical therapists on your team other than just your CI to gain diverse perspectives on the same conditions. Overall, this shows yet again initiative to jump in and really learn more. Also, it helps you diversify your intervention toolbox, as not all physical therapists are going to have the same exercise progressions or the exercises that they really go to often, so you really want to be able to find out all the options you possibly have to become the best clinician you can going out into the workforce eventually after graduation. Lastly, this really helps both you and your clinic as a whole build a kind of collaborative mindset and really get everyone in on learning and trying to interact with one another to get the best patient outcomes possible. And there you have it. That's 5 more simple ways for you to be able to upgrade yourself from just a regular student physical therapist to seeming like a seasoned one really easily. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe down below. If you want to see all the things that we talked about, they're right here, right now. Also, if you want to check out any of my other content, such as clinical survival guides that I'm posting a lot of recently, MPTE preparation, day in the life content, some fun stereotype videos, and even more, make sure to check out my channel as a whole. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been KBDBT, and I'll see you all in the next video.